Yeah. Hello, sir.
I am strong. It's a pleasure again.
Good. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
I hope my voice is clear enough, right?
Yes. It's clear. It's
Okay.
clear. All right, sir. So I think I'll be having a record. I'm currently screen recording. I just hope it will be clear so that maybe you can also post back for those who are not online because I think we'll just dive into it directly.
Yep. So,
All right, sir. So for those that are online, you are welcome. My name is John Armstrong, and I'm in Nigeria. So, and our guest here is uh, Mr. Dimeji Ajibao. I don't know if I got that correct, but I think that's
yeah,
the name.
you
That's
are.
yes, yeah. So, and he is a financial expert. I've known him for a long time because in Nigeria, 5 years is like a long time. Because if you see a 5-year-old child, you will know that yes, the child is smart. So I think for over 5 years, and for this over 5 years, 90% of most of the tasks we've worked on is always under finance or people oriented. Because without people, all this cannot go on. So, but today we'll be discussing something different, and which is finance and fathers. And I know some people will be wondering why only fathers. There's a reason why it's fathers for now. But the women among us can still learn, or those that will be joining can still learn so that um, they can teach the men in their life. Mothers can teach their sons. Sisters can teach brothers so that they understand that at all points in time, finance is important. And also, the main point of discussion is when is it the right time to start preparing for retirement? Because uh, at every generation, retirement is compulsory. You cannot keep working and working till you fade away. That's not life. At least there should be a time where all the whole work you have done should start paying you back. So I think I'll leave it for him, the expert, to dive further. And understanding the roles of fathers in financial stability. Understanding the role of fathers in financial stability. So, sir, what do you think about this?
Um. Thank you very much, Armstrong. I was going to try and introduce myself. So before I
Yes,
go into the topic, if that's okay with you.
no
So my
problem, sir.
name is
No problem.
Oladimeji Ajibao, and for ease of pronunciation, you could just call me Ola, as mostly called. And started my career in investment in 2004, and for the past 20 years I've built a track record across capital market, pensions, and financial services transformation. I've not just built it, I've also pioneered some of it, led investor relations in multi-million dollar transactions, and as much as possible also reviewed processes to boost efficiency. So uh, with all of this experience, I think I'm best built because I've met quite a number of people, from managing wealth portfolios for families to guiding people who are just new beginners to set their paths to financial freedom. So, so back to what I've been asked, right?
Yes, sir.
Um, Understanding the role of fathers in financial stability of the
Financial
home, if I'm
stability.
right.
Yes, sir.
So, the roles of fathers in the stability of the home is a multifaceted one, right? It because this is an all-encompassing role that is not just about income provision. Because everybody looks at, oh, you are the head of the house, so you should provide something for us to eat and all that. But his role actually lies more in strategy building? What is your strategic financial planning? And what is your risk management plans, right? And as well as serving as a financial role model for the family. So if we look at it, it's cut across about four channels. One, the father is a financial provision and income generator. He's a financial provider and income generator. So, and if you look at it over the years, that's what the fathers have always been. If you look
known
at your
for.
dad, that's all it has been about that. He needs to earn and provide an
And
income.
spend.
He needs to support your partner's career, because sometimes you marry people who are not career, who doesn't, maybe they don't have a job, they don't even have a business, they don't have a trade. So you need to ensure you support them to achieve their dreams. So
Yes.
that's the side of the financial provision. Then if you look at it, it goes also into the strategic financial planning and management. If you look at fathers, it's their job to budget and also plan for debt, because
Yes.
everybody, debt is part of life, right? So
Yes.
you can't say, oh, so I've had stories like, no, I can never hold, it's not in my spirit to hold. Well, your choice. But the richest men in the world, they live practically
Oh,
on debt.
credit.
So if you want to make it in life, then you need to learn how to use other people's money to push yourself forward. And
Definitely.
strategically, he also needs to understand fathers are also supposed to be focused on savings and investing, as well as retirement planning. We're going to talk a bit more about what retirement planning is, if
Yes.
time gives us permission. Then finally, risk management and protection. What's his insurance plan in case there's an emergency? Okay, he dies today. What happens? Is there a life insurance? What if there's an health emergency? Is there an health insurance covering it? What about disability or income protection? Okay, if he's incapacitated tomorrow, he loses his eyesight, his leg, he cannot move. Okay, what is the plan for that? Because he may not die, but he may be alive, but he can't walk. So, what's the plan
Yes.
for the disability and income protection? Then we always hear this stuff a lot. Emergency fund. Emergency fund is
Yes.
3 to 6 months of your total monthly expenses. So what's the plan for it? Are you putting it aside? In what vehicle are you, investment vehicle are you putting it? And also there's something called estate planning. Some people, you've had a lot of men or women say, oh, sorry, they don't have any property, they don't have assets, so they don't need a will. Well, you don't need to have asset before you start planning. You don't need to have a substantial asset to start planning a will. You have a bed you sleep on, you can put it in your will, right? You have some clothes. If you need to, when we go for, like I said, I handle family well. And when you sit down and read and you listen to the wills they are reading, you will hear as much as the owner of the will, right, handing out is in Yoruba they call it agbada, that is
Yes.
clothing.
Yes.
To
Favorite one.
say I give to A the agbada in this place, I just bought it. The shoe here, this so
Gift to
uncle
the
asked for
person.
it. So it is a will. A will is not just about sharing money. It's about ensuring there's peace within your family after you're gone, so that everybody knows where you want things to be placed. So, and lastly, let me just add this. There is the need for teaching financial literacy in the home. We need to
Exactly.
model responsible behavior as well. Because if you're a father that just goes, spends all the money, comes home, sleeps, wake up, and the wife is waiting every time that, sorry, your children have not eaten and all that, it's totally unacceptable. Your kids are watching you and they're going to pick from it. And
Exactly.
let me just chip this in as I round up on this question. I read a story. The father was a drunkard, right? Later on in life, he died. He had two sons. One of them grew up to become a drunkard. The other one was not a drunkard, but because he became a billionaire. So they asked the first one, "Why are you a drunkard?" He said he saw his father
Father
drink.
do it.
They asked the second one, "Why are you not a drunkard and you are this rich?" He said he saw his father
So his father do
drink
it.
and he
But
refused not
no.
to be a drunkard. So
Exactly.
two different futures
Exactly.
from one perspective.
Yes, 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 yes. So I think what I get to understand from here is even as a father, if you don't have all this financial literacy strategy, everything put in place, your children will copy it.
Exactly.
And what most people say, oh, is foundational cause, recurring occurrence in the family is just a copy and paste of what the children saw. Now, inside one of those children, one can say no. Just like this story, one can say no. I saw him do it. It
Yep.
is not okay for me. Me, I want
Yep.
to change.
Yep.
But now,
Exactly.
sometimes it's not everything, because if you look at it, if you count, let me use myself as an example. At the age which I could do some things for myself, if you look at those that came before me, at my age, they could not do that. In short,
Yeah.
at my age, they were still in their house. But for a very long time, I look at my father and say, nah, this this is not good with me. So I think this is a big lesson from this.
Yeah.
And I think everybody will learn from it. Everybody, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman,
Exactly.
how you arrange your house, they will learn from it to be it, or learn from it not to be it. So now we will go fully into our retirement. What is the meaning of this retirement we are talking about? Because all this explanation, financial practice, everything, we are doing it. But at the end of the day, we don't want to be 70 and still be struggling that, oh, there's no money for this. In short, we don't now say if 70 is far, now we don't want to be 50. We don't want to be 60 and be struggling for some things. You understand? So for
Okay.
we the younger ones, and with all your your experience, this retirement, what is it beyond the working space?
Okay. So the English in English, right, will or in grammar will define retirement as a stage in life when you stop working full time. And that's after reaching a certain age. You know, they'll tell you in some places 60, some places 65, some places 68, some places 70. I don't think any country allows anybody to work above 70, right?
No.
So, and this is a period where you transition from earning a regular income through work to relying on savings, pensions, investment, or other sources of income for your daily living. So, in simple terms, right, retirement is when you leave the workforce permanently. So, now the question begs, okay, I don't have a job, so what's retirement for me?
Exactly.
Because I'm
Exactly.
Muslim.
Like
So,
us.
exactly. So, and and that begs the question that I've always asked myself: what truly is retirement? Because if you look at it,
Mhm.
retirement was coined from. This is me, my own. This is personal logic and opinion. It's not based on research,
Okay.
but
No
it
problem.
is coined from systems whereby the economy has been built to work. So there must be a time you retire so that new generation can come in and it keeps
Can
being
come
a step.
continue the system.
So, and if you look at it, retirement in real world is freedom, right? I in 2013, I that was the first time I resigned in my life. I sat down and I said I was going to retire before 40. So I put pen to paper and I resigned. And that was because way back 2007 8, the investment I've placed, because there was a time back in the days, right, 2007, I wasn't even spending salaries anyway. I was practically living on returns from investment.
Returns
So,
investment.
so I'd already structured it, planned it out. Oh, by X age, I was 36, 36, 37, or before 40. I was going to retire, have the house, just be comfortable, right? And the government struck, policy change, investment values dropped
Drops
ridiculously.
drastically.
So this is me who had planned I'll retire, right? So I went ahead, I retired. I just wanted to see how it feels, I wanted that freedom. So I now open a firm to help people on how to uh, chase their investments. So if you had investment somewhere, I help you chase it out. If you have money stock in banks for your parents, I help them
Recover,
chase
yes.
it out and all that. So I was doing that, and it was fun because I also opened the training school. I could go there around 10, spend about 2 hours, leave. I was doing charity work. So it was really relaxing and rejuvenating. So that was when I changed the definition of retirement to retirement is your discipline today to buy your freedom tomorrow.
Freedom tomorrow. That is awesome. Discipline today
To
for
buy your
tomorrow's freedom.
yeah. So and it could be at any age. You can decide to retire at 30. I met someone who retired at I met a woman, she's in the US. She retired at age 33 and every month she earns about $1,200.
Wow.
She does nothing.
Yes. That
So
covers everything.
retirement is just you buying your freedom. That's the real definition. It's not about I'm not working again. Okay, if you stop working, what else do you want to do? Okay, what if there's no money to feed you? You now call your children. They are not the right people. They also have their life.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. So now this retirement. This retirement. You know,
yep.
we you said already you said something which I think you did not complete for the hustlers. For the
Oh
hustlers, right?
yeah.
How will they start planning for this retirement? Because something some people do not see is some hustlers monthly income is even more than some salary earners.
Mm-hmm.
More than some salary earners. So how
Okay,
will they navigate through this?
so the first thing is right. Um, to a large extent, a lot of people don't. A lot of us lack financial literacy, if I may use that word. And this is coming from the angle that people tend to want to enjoy today, and forget that there's a tomorrow. So, and this is
Exactly.
so if I'm hustling, right? Because I remember, like I said, the days of my freedom. Part of what I did was, so they brought lands and you can pay over time, buy it, right? They have that a lot in Nigeria, where you buy
Yes.
land and spread payment. They have estate, asset and property sales as well in Dubai that you can spread payment as well. But I know in Nigeria it's very comfortable. You can see a plot of land for 500,000, right? And you
Yes.
spread the payment over 12 months. So
Over
uh,
12 months.
land, for instance, is one of the fastest assets that accumulate in compounded interest. Whichever land you bought at 100,000 yesterday, if you
Eh,
go in the next 5 years,
3 months
you can't see it at that price.
at all.
So,
At all. At all.
so just do your documentation, ensure that you have the right papers registered with the government, because lands as well in Nigeria, the central land registry is not too structured well. So someone else can buy it tomorrow and everybody now start taking themselves to court. So, but ensure you
Yes.
have the right documentation. But most importantly, for everyone, whether you're a hustler or a regular income earner, or you just live practically on gift, open a
Yes.
mutual fund account and also have an RSA account. That's a retirement savings account. So a retirement savings account is an account where you just pay a a regular or any amount that agreed with you with the PFA pension fund administrator monthly.
Okay.
You pay it into it and it keeps accumulating and growing. As a matter of fact, if you go to a pension fund administrator today, I'm sure Stanbic IBTC has one. That's for those in
Yes.
Nigeria. they will tell you, you can see on their website their retirement calculator. As a matter of fact, even in the UK here, you will see those that use the pension fund calculator is there to plan for which date do you want to retire, X date, then how old are you now, how much do you want to earn in retirement. So it all boils down to you looking at it. What is my income now? So now I'm trying to talk about how to. I'm deviating a bit, if that's fine.
Yes.
How much am I spending when I retire? Okay, my kids won't be home again, right? It's
Yes.
just me and my wife. We're going to be in a two-bedroom. What's the projected energy bill? What's the projected water bill? What's the projected council bill? What's the projected upkeep bill, feeding bill? Uh, just the basics. Okay, give or take, I should spend maybe about 500,000 naira, £250 or £300 dollars in US, like that monthly. Then, if you know that that brings you to 6 million naira or £3,000 annually, this is in quotes. You're not paying an house rent because house rent is a
Yes.
different case.
Covered.
So,
Yes.
so if it's going to incur 6 to 10 million naira every year, so how do you put something aside that will pay you that kind of interest to survive on for the rest of your life?
For real life.
So this is the idea I've always put down. A mutual fund that pays you 15% per annum, right? If you have, and you need 10 million, right? So
Yes.
if you have 75 million somewhere, that means every year you get 125,
Well,
sorry,
1,000.
12.5 million
Just one.
every year. So if if
Divide
if
it.
if it comes lower than that, because you only need 10 million, take the 10 million, remaining 2.5, recycle it back into the fund. Let the fund keep
It's
growing.
refund. Keep
So
going.
because if inflation drops and affects your fund, then you know that you are still able to feed yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the idea is mutual fund for me is always the safe bet. If you can get the one that puts guaranteed returns. There are some mutual
Okay.
funds that put it guaranteed. They are guaranteeing that they will not return less than this percentage. Those are the ones to key into, right?
Okay.
And those ones will always return what the problem. And yes, while you're doing that, if your fund gets to a level, then you can now push it into a fixed or a call deposit. There was a time when we were working in the bank, right, back in 2006, and in Surulere then, there was a client that comes, all he does is, the guy has about 500 million. He comes every January, takes a portion of the interest they
That
paid
money.
him, recycles the remaining,
Join
and
it back.
rolls it over. The one he has taken is going to use it in a mutual fund so he can pick from it monthly to feed
Monthly.
himself.
Wow. 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 That's great. I think is it one of these fintech, they did something like that. They did something like that where they give you your interest. I think they're currently doing it. They give your interest ahead of time. Then that same interest you can still invest it again, and they'll still keep giving you interest till. I think one is doing it like that. I think I've forgotten the name. If you don't remember the name in the comment section, please drop it less so that we can. So I think that has covered for preparation for retirement. So which means if you are working, you are not working, you have no excuse for saying you are not prepared for retirement. Because if exactly piggy vest, exactly, thank you very much, piggy vest. So no matter how small it is, no matter how small the money is coming, you should be able to plan for retirement. So, and now let's go into common financial mistakes fathers make, because I believe some people want to ask, the money is small. We are paying 120,000. How will we pay for transport? How will we feed? How will we do this and save for? So, what are the common mistakes they make that does not make them? We are not even talking about the federal workers now, because for federal workers it is compulsory. They will always take from their normal retirement. Now, I think 60 to 70% of Nigerian companies, they don't care about your tax and your retirement plan. They don't care. Now, for the market women, they cannot. For the carpenter by the roadside that collects gig of 1 million, and at the end of the day, when he's done with his expenses, he still have 300K to enjoy himself. They don't care. At the end of the day, they still run into debt and still look as if nothing.
Yep.
January, there's millions. February, everybody they are broke. Same as March. So, how do they do all this to be able to balance everything through?
Okay, so that brings us back to the first stuff I said, other people's money. And before I go into that, is a crime in Nigeria if your company is not registering to the pension fund to the pension act. Every
Wow.
company is by law mandated to have a pension policy in place. It's compulsory. If they are not, all you need to do is pick your paper and biro, write to Pencom, and they'll come and picket that company. It's compulsory. So
Wow.
whether well for small businesses, they are not to. I think they have an amount the small business should be able to generate to be able to get into it. But now they've opened something called the micro pension. So
Okay.
which makes they want everybody to be in the pension pot. And as at I think as at June, the pension pot in Nigeria is about 25 trillion naira. So that's the
Wow.
biggest and richest
That's
industry in
big.
Nigeria as we speak. So
That's big.
so back to the common financial mistakes, right?
Yes.
A lot of people, it all boils down to planning. Like I said, it's very key planning. You remember we talked about strategic planning. We all need to understand that planning pushes us far ahead where we ought to be. And the point of delayed gratification is also very key. So in January, uh, the human nature wants to do everything at once. Everything. Oh, okay, they paid me PFP, they paid me upfront, they given me leave allowance. Oh, I'm very rich. So you know that feeling of big man come.
Yes.
The
Yes.
total money might not be more than 5 million, but in his village he's the richest man. So
Exactly.
so the village king will write him a list. Oh, they've not done this one.
The
He's feeling
roads.
it. And he also drives a car. Nobody in his village drives a car. So what do you mean?
You cannot tell him anything.
So it
Exactly.
takes up the burdens. One of the biggest mistakes we all make is we take up the burdens of others, forgetting ourselves. A lot of people
Yeah.
forget to take care of themselves first before they even take care of others. So, as we all are on this call right now, I'm sure everybody has someone who has requested something from them.
Money from them.
Yeah, it may be money, it may be a favor, it may be anything. You forget that you as well, your personality also needs something, which you ought to note down while you are going to be apportioning the income. So the first person you need to pay is your future self. Because this future self may stop working today, may stop working tomorrow, may stop working in the future. So to avoid being in the same place where whoever asks you for money is, then you need to first pay that your future self.
It's
If it
yourself.
is a percentage, 5%, 10% of whatsoever income comes in, you should just budget it. All of us here, some of us are Christians on this call and we pay tithe. You pay the tithe and you
Exactly.
still survive on the remaining 90%. So what stops us from surviving on 80% when we pay 10% for ourselves? So
That's
now
true. That's true.
Ola has worked and he needs to now pay Ola salary. So X
Mm.
company that I work for paid me salary. Okay, I as the
Okay.
owner of the body also needs to pay myself
Pay
salary.
yourself salary.
So you take 10% out and you budget yourself with 80%. Whatsoever 80% can do, please note 100% can also not do.
You cannot do exactly. I like this full quote. I love it. Whatsoever 80% cannot do,
100%.
100% will never do it.
No.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So that's one point. If you want me to continue on this mistake.
No, you can continue, sir. Can continue.
So a lot of us delay savings. You want to, try and do a lot of stuff, solve a lot of problems today, and say, well, when the next pay comes, you will see. The 100% truth is you may not even be alive to take that savings. I mean, the next pay. That's one. Two, the company may not even be there existing. There are
Available,
people who
yes.
collected salary today in their company.
And
They
the
are not
next
sure
day,
they collect money. They may not be sure they will collect salary the next month, right? See, I'll give you a very simple example. See the guys that went to shut down the refinery in Dangote's company refinery,
exactly.
right? Some of them were retained, some of them were let go, and
Yes,
they were on very good salaries, right?
yes.
Right. So
Millions
they and you know how many people in their village, their family, their circle is on
that
them.
are under them.
So the following month, budget has changed. So the circumstances in life affect plans. That is why it is very expedient to put yourself first because you don't know what the tomorrow you're waking up to will look like. So put
Exactly.
everything in place for yourself. So delayed savings is a big problem. Another one is we are all always looking, our hope and mindset is always on, oh, when they pay me this salary. Sometimes, just to put it here straight, salaries will never make you rich and it will not help you in retirement. It will never.
Exactly.
So, and that brings me to say there was a video I was watching. They were asking some old people, "What's your biggest regret in life?" And three of them said, "Never." One of them said, "For working in a company for 40 years, right?"
Hmm.
One said, "If he had the opportunity, he's always wanted to have opportunity to dream and explore his dream, but he never tried it. He was too scared." So I'm going to say here that a lot of people, for the fear of failure, they stay where they had. Oh yes, this is a government job. Let me just stay here. They will not sack me. I'm going to be here. This company is
Exactly.
stable, and you just be there. There's a story of someone, just to round up this mistake stuff, who got a contract and they gave her the contract on £11, maybe 27 pence an hour.
Hmm.
Since she got that contract, minimum salaries have increased twice, right? But they refused to increase her own salary simply
Yes.
because she was comfortable with that salary. If she says no,
Yes.
she'll move somewhere else. So
Yes.
we all need to not rely on one income because that's one big mistake everybody makes. The company might fold, no matter how big it is, it might fold.
I think you still remember when we were working then,
Mm.
um, in Abuja,
Oh, your company, yeah.
before the corona. I think they are still owing us some pension because they removed like 3,000 from us, I be 5,000 from us. Then for almost a year that they are going to do pension, we didn't see pension account, we didn't see anything. If I had this idea then, I would have sued them. They would have paid me my money. You understand? Then the salary stub of a thing. We were paid January, paid February, March, Corona came, and no salary again till date. So for some people, I think among almost 30 something of us, they dropped there that period. I think I'm the only one currently that has not gone to apply for any job since then because every other person there they have to keep looking for job. And I told them, I said, see, I came back to my place. So Kefi is working for me, so I'm back here hustling my thing. So I think the salary not making people rich is because some people feel, oh, salary 1 million, what is 1 million in I think I met somebody 2021 who works with an NGO and his salary was 6 million, I 7 million. He works in Meduguri. In short, he comes with flight every weekend to Abuja and goes back every weekend. I say, okay, you have money. Oh." But you see, I think with the current Donald Trump problem, because he was at the center of the whole NGO stuff, I don't think he has any job again.
Okay, so the thing is, a lot of NGOs in Africa was funded by the US. They've slashed it
Yes,
drastically. So almost all the people you used to see across Nigeria, Abuja, and all that, they've all had to go because the
yes.
people, the country funding it has stopped. So
I think I know somebody. He was promoted December. January 1, he told me there's no work again. Yes, he was promoted December. because I was doing something for him. So I think setting retirement goals that align with family priorities. I think this is where I want you to really, really hammer on retirement goals. That why I want you to do say exercise on here is this. Let me give you this brief story. 2013, one of my friends about this investment. I think I even put it down. So I said I was going to say, thank God we came here. This like is it license insurance? This insurance stuff. So I think the man, he's a renowned doctor in Abuja here. So he died 2013, and I don't know how this insurance, life insurance stuff of a thing works. So I think the children do not know that he has life insurance. The wife do not know. In short, the first and the second wife do not know because the first wife is in another place, the second wife is in another place. So nobody knew. Not until 2 weeks after his burial, the insurance company just came out and that since none of you came to claim anything, the money they gave compared to the money that they were supposed to give, I think they later gave them 3.6 million, which the money was supposed to be far, far, far. Because when they did the calculation, they were seeing the money was far more than that. That man had been saving for almost 6, 7 years. So um, setting retirement goals, and I know this retirement goals is going to cut across insurance, investment. I have a specific question for investment because I know there are some people that when I shared this habit with them, they ask me a question on investment. I know they are not online currently. They asked me a question
You
on
can ask on their
investment.
behalf. Don't worry, you can ask on their
They
behalf.
asked me a question on investment, but I just want you to shed more light, a stronger light on these retirement goals that align with family priorities. So that the father has done investment, the children do not know, the mother has done, the children do not know. So, what is your take on it?
Okay, so first off, you remember when we started, we talked about the importance of a will. So
Yes,
the father or whoever, like you are more keen on father, but I'm more generic because it may be a
yes,
female, it may be a mother, it may be a young guy, right?
yes,
There's no hate to open a will. If he had a will, this would have been there. You get so, and immediately the lawyer would have activated the closure of the stuff.
the closure of this
So
stuff.
So when we're setting goals, right? Like in all goal setting, it has to be smart. And for retirement and retirement goals, it has to be specific. It has to be. You have to know exactly what you want. Which is why I said in retirement, okay, you want to retire at age 60, right? What do you want to do? Oh, you want to travel around the world. How many countries? Or 10 countries. What would it cost you? It will cost you X amount per year to go to each country. Okay? So you put it down. Because for finances, it is not about a wishful thinking. Yes, you can wish, but if you don't put financial figures down, they
Yes,
are
yes, there'll be
never
problem.
achievable. They are never
Yes.
achievable. No matter how much you pray, no matter, some people I've had people tell me, oh, they've been praying. God doesn't answer prayers of those that don't plan. That's the sincere truth about finance.
Exactly, exactly.
So you you need to plan. Even God Almighty Himself is a planner. So
Yes.
you that want to take something from the one who is a master planner doesn't even have a plan. So
This is bad.
you need to list it down. It's important to list it down. First, I want to travel the world. Two, this is my living. The living expensive is more important than your
Traveling.
freedom cost. Your freedom cost is travel around, or you want to go to spa, you want to join a club, you want to, what's the name? You want to go for the opera, you want to go and watch this, you've never been here. You know, you're listing a lot of things. But how would you survive on monthly basis, day to day? So those specifics needs to be listed down and realistically costed. So you're not just going to be putting, because I did a class for some group sometime, and I told them, I asked them this very flimsy question: how much do you think you spend monthly in retirement? And one couple said $3,000 every month. I told them, I said that's $36,000 for two people. in a year.
Yes.
I said, do you know what it means that you are spending $36,000 in a year just for two
In
people?
a year.
And they said, yes, they want to do this. I said, okay. Are you spending $36,000 now yourself? He said, no.
Then
I
how
said,
do you
that's not
want to spend
realistic.
it? That
That's wishful. So be realistic.
yes,
Write it down. Do you have your house? They said, no. I said, so make it a target to build your house within a specific period. Give yourself a
exactly.
10-year target, right? Um, if you look at it, right, the years, we may say, oh, 20 years, oh, it's far. It's not far. Buhari was
It's not
president
far.
15,
For
10
8
years
years,
ago.
10
No,
years
10 years
ago.
ago. And it's actually done and it's late.
Yes.
To
Yes.
tell you that life moves as fast as you can imagine.
Very fast. Time of speed.
Jonathan was president 15 years ago, 15, 16 years ago.
Yes.
So it's just to tell you that the way life moves is faster beyond your own imagination. So be
Exactly.
specific
Exactly.
about everything. And I'll always give this advice: put inflation at 15% in your costing. It's just a safe bet. Inflation most times are always far more than that, especially in Africa, right? But in the Western world, most times it varies between 3 and 10%. But
I would
just put
say
it on the
10%.
average, 15%, right? So do 15% of your specifics, list it out. Then now, how do you want to measure it? Okay, all these things you put down, how do you want to measure your goals? You're going to list out your parameters. Oh, I have a PiggyVest account for those of us in Nigeria. I have what's the
Money
name?
points.
MoneyPoint doesn't really have investment; it's just a savings account. But I have
Yes, yes, yes.
Cowrywise.
Cowboy
Uh,
wise.
sorry, my beloved delight, Meristem. Oh, I have an account with
Yes.
Meristem. I have with IBTC. And yes, I buy gold. Please, gold is actually,
Ah,
if you have
gold
crypto,
has been going
those that have crypto, sorry, I don't believe in crypto. Some people believe in it. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in spirit. That's the right word.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes,
but I can
yes.
see gold and I know where they are getting it from. And I know that yesterday gold was 2,000, today is 4,002, right?
Yes, yes.
That's
I
realistic.
trade gold. I trade gold every day. So
So that's trading, but you should buy it.
yes. Buy it and
Buy
keep it.
and keep it in a bullion. There are gold banks around the world. I think they have in Nigeria as well. But if you have the money, it'll be expensive, but save your money up to it. Buy the bars, keep it there, right? Another thing you can buy is silver. The silver deposit around the world is depleting. So in the next 30 years, there
Yeah,
will not be any silver again.
there will
That
not be
means
silver
that means sometime down the line, the whole world is going to be looking for silver. Then you're going to become the talk of town.
market.
You get so silver. Then you should also buy land, right? Those things are measurable targets to help you reach the specific. How much will this land return is also here. Okay, you're going to put some tenants in this place if you have a building. Everything starts from specifics to planning and measurable steps to getting there. Then are these your stuff? Are they achievable? Are they attainable? Are they realistic? How many years do you think will get you to say, for instance, I said earlier when we started, if you're going to be spending 10 million every year, at 10% return every year on in your mutual fund, then you need to have 100 million naira, right? So are you going to be able to raise? How long would it take you to raise 100 million naira to put in your account, in your mutual fund account? And I put in 10% because that's a safe bet. There was a time mutual fund was returning 10%. Treasury bills were returning 10% or less, 9, 10%. Yes, it's higher today, but what if it comes down tomorrow? So let's have a same bet. 10%. 10% of 100 million will give you 10 million. So you're spending 10
10
million
million.
every year. So because you already have your own house, a small two-bedroom bungalow in one small village, you're just there eating fresh fruit. But yes, with the 10 million, you have your car, you have your solar, you can go and do big man in the village. You can even match on the king's head. I say,
Nothing will happen.
I'll arrest you, pack your side. But you have 10 million, does the king see
Exactly.
10 million?
Even
So,
for where? For where?
so you understand. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's an plan an achievable number of years. right? And yes, they always say start early. If you can start as early
Yes.
as you know how to make money, just start it. Some people say start in your 20s. Nothing stops you from starting at age when you're a teenager. Your 500 naira, 100 naira, 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira, and people give you gifts. Put it in a mutual fund. You'll be shocked how much it will return to you at the end of the year. Yesterday, I was speaking
Yes.
with someone who said she was saving money for a rent, and I told her put it in Piggyvest that has a house rent
Yes.
platform that
Yes. Look.
returns 14.5 per annum. And she said, oh, she did put it in a Kuda investment, Kuda bank that returns 12%. I said, that's fine. And she
That's
said,
good.
but it's just for a short while. She'll soon remove it. I said, even if it is for 3 weeks, right? If
Yes.
you put 500,000 for 3 weeks, right?
Okay.
Sorry, let's say 300,000, 300 or 400,000. You get about, for 3 weeks, you get about 4,000 naira. And then no bank in Nigeria or anywhere in the world will give you
No.
anything on that if your
No.
money
No.
was there.
No.
So these are high yield savings account. So you can always put your money in. No matter how short you want your money, oh, I'm just saving it, I'll soon use it, put it there. They will to give you a return. Right? Oh, somebody gave me the money to keep, put it in that place.
Put it
The
there.
returns on it is your own. That's your
Yo.
thank you for letting the person keep the money. You get
That's
so
true. That's true. That's true.
so
That's true.
then
That's true.
then it also has to be relevant, right? The goals
Okay.
has to be relevant. Like I said, retirement is your discipline today to buy your future tomorrow. And
Okay.
so the things you're writing down in those goals, are they relevant to you? Would you have the energy? Would you have the health? Would you have the interest to do it? So let it be relevant. Some people just want to be on a farm, have it as a ranch, and just be there. They don't want once in a while travel. I'll
Enjoying
come
yourself.
and all that, go for holiday, come back. But they just want to be with nature. So just put realistic, goals down in that. Then ensure it's timely. That's where I said put a
Mm.
time on it. How long do you want to push this for? I want to put every month. I want to do story. Don't let me sound to 50,000 every month, 100,000 every month for the next 20 years. It has to be consistent, right? Don't come and just say, oh, they've given me 2 million. Oh, bim, you put it in one box. Yes, it's good. Leave it there.
Okay.
But ensure you keep adding money to that
Money
same
to
2 million
it.
so that it will keep making money on monthly basis. And leave your returns, recycle those returns so that when the returns come, right, it recycles. You don't touch it. It keeps building. That's where compound interest comes in. So you're making 20%. I'm say 20% now on 100,000. 20% on a hundred
Yes.
thousand is 20,000
That's
naira. If
20,000. Yes.
you recycle it, it becomes
That's
120,000.
120.
If you're going to get 20% on 120,000, you get
Wow.
24%. You get
20.
20,000 again, right? You recycle that, it keeps compounding. And like I've told everyone that have been in a class with me, your target should always be the first 1 million. The moment you hit the first 1 million, you are very close to 5 million. The moment you hit five
Yes.
million, you are very close to 10 million. You see, the moment you hit 25 million, ah,
Ah,
you have
poverty.
already on the galaxy level. You just find
Yes.
out that in 5 years, you're about 60 million without doing anything other than just remaining who you are. And you can be sure that all of these are very achievable between
Achievable.
now and 15 years. You can
Hmm.
hit, if you're consistent, you can hit 150 million at 50,000
Wow.
naira every month.
Wow. 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 This is enlightening. And I love one thing you said here, set time, because I think one of the problem we have is time. People do not, they just want to, let's just go in and out. And even in relationship and everything, me, I advised somebody one time. I told him, I said, see, if you are dating this girl for 5 years, after 5 years, what next? Tell her, okay, we will date for 5 years. Inside that 5 years, we are going to marry. Because you cannot just keep the girl going like that. So what next? Same as what you just said now. I just learned it now. if you don't put that yearly target on it, okay, oh, in 10 years' time, okay, you said 15 years, in
Yeah.
5 years, from 1 million to 60 million by just
It,
investing and not doing
it,
anything.
it's all about yourself. You set a target. You always you see what makes
Oh,
us. Sorry for cutting you,
no
Armstrong.
problem, sir.
What makes us all not to do this is the fact that we are comfortable receiving an income. So someone is paying you salary, so you just feel well.
It's okay.
Another one come next month.
Uh,
If they
we've emptied
tell
this one.
everybody working as a salary earner, and they tell you that in 5 years there'll be no more
No work
salary,
again.
trust me,
Ah,
everybody will take their life seriously.
everybody will be very serious. Sir, very
So
serious. Because I think we all, as the money come, even me too, I'm guilty of it. As the money come, we finish everything. Then we say no problem,
you
more
just see
still come.
something you need to buy for the house. Oh, this thing.
Sir, I have things now to buy, but with this now, we know what to do. My wife is
The
life now.
first,
She's
the,
looking
the
at
first
me.
question is: Are you surviving without those things now?
I, I can do without them.
Exactly. So,
Can do
so,
without
so,
them.
so, so, so those are the things. I always ask this question. I've had people tell me, "Oh, they need more money." And back in the days when we were working in a bank, drivers used to earn 30,000, 40,000. These guys were building houses. So
Exactly.
when people come to me, I always, do you know the driver in your office who earns maybe 10% of what
Capital.
you earn, has a family, you don't have a family, and he's building a house and he's sending his children to school. Some of them even send the children to private school. So
Private school, yes.
how are they doing it that you, who earns more than them, is not doing? They know how to cut their coat according to the
According
material
to
they
their
were
school,
paid for.
they give them. If it's only cap, they wear the cap.
So you won't see family problem come, uncle this, they
No,
like that.
there's a
But
boundary.
for us, you now work here, you earn 3 million every month. So you want to flex the 3 million. The people you are serving today, I need to put this out right, and you're supporting, they will never be there tomorrow. Don't let anybody deceive you.
No, that one.
Anybody
I
that
think
has
this
taken
generation now
money
they are,
from
they
you,
are learning from that one already.
yeah,
It's not
anybody
good. It's
taking
not
money
working.
from you today, if you
We will
stop
not be
giving
there
them
tomorrow.
money today,
Life
they
will
are
not
not going
change
to even call you tomorrow.
at
You are
all.
no longer relevant in their life. They moved on to
So
someone else.
this is good. If we even stop here today, uh, objective achieved. But let's go on. Building multiple streams of income. Because this is a big problem. Because I know people that depend solely on salary. Okay, my father depends solely on salary. When I mean solely on salary, then I think at for some point the salary was cut down, and then we saw Shigi Pro Max because that was it. My mother's salary was not even up to 10% of my father's salary. But at the end of the day, the take home of my father's salary was now 5K from 300,000. After we remove this loan, remove this loan, at the end of the month, it's 5K that covered. That 5K came like that for like 6 months before the salary was restructured back and other things work. So building multiple stream of income for salary earners now. What
Okay.
other streams of income can come in?
Okay. So, in dealing with this, what I always tell people is every day we all have an idea of how to do things better. There's no human on this face of earth that doesn't suggest on daily basis that if only they did this thing this way, either on social media or in their office or in their circle, we always give an idea, right? You always it's
Yes.
either you're saying, "Oh, the government could have done it this way, oh, this office could have done." I see
Mm,
this guy says he's wasting money. Even I advices for those that are rich. That why is he wasting money? I see this guy. You see, for every
exactly.
idea that drops, it's it's emanating from a place of problems. So you're seeing
Yes.
problems, and your brain is quick enough
Thinking of solution.
to pair up a solution. So that's how human beings are wired. Your brains are wired to be able to give solutions, right? So, but what we find is everybody just wants to dust a CV and look for a job. And if you don't dust a CV, then you're just looking for someone who can give you money. So, this is it, right? Multiple side hustles or multiple streams of income come from the ideas that you keep regurgitating in your own head. So, for
Yes.
instance, you know that anytime you get to a particular place, your intentions and your capabilities, your idea antenna are the highest. Some people hate debt beyond normal. In fact, they will give you a million and one ideas on how to make your place clean. That is your businessman answer. Just go, put a card out there, put your notice there, and be talking about it. The world is very simple now. Keep giving ideas on
Yeah,
making
yeah, yeah,
places
yeah.
clean. That's the funniest thing. Just put your phone in front of yourself.
Record.
And sorry, yesterday I was in a place, start a storyline. TikTok will pay you to come and talk.
Exactly.
YouTube will pay you for your because you're a creator, right? You're
Yes.
not creating solutions. Some people somewhere need it, right? Sorry, I'm a Christian, so I'm going to pick something from the Bible. The earnest expectation of man is the
Yes.
manifestation of the sons of God.
Yes. Yes.
You're a solution to someone somewhere. And you may not have been able to meet the person, but the internet has made it easy for you now. You may
To
feel,
get
oh, this
closer.
idea, oh, they have said it among these people here, they don't even like it. They are not your customer. Your
At
customer
all.
is someone and is waiting for you, right? And they will even pay you the kind of price that you deserve, but you need to put it out. You can't light a candle and put it under
No.
bed,
To be
right?
sure.
You can't cover it. You need to let it shine. So you have the idea, put it out. That's first. Secondly, no matter how much we pray, God doesn't bless a new idea. I've had a lot of
Exactly.
people say, oh, they go to this, they go to that. What do you want God to really bless? Right? And like I said, as a Christian, right? And I know it's also in the other holy books. Elijah asked the woman, what do you have in your house?
Have
You must have
a
something.
jar
God
of
is not
oil.
just going
Yes.
to wake up and say, okay, you. He's not a magician. Okay, so yeah, go and take
Nope.
1 million. If you if you wake up with those
No
kind of
magic
thoughts
at
every
all.
day, you'll find out that 5 years have passed. You're waiting for the big deal. It's not going to come.
Yes.
Let me
At
give you
all.
the bad news. That big deal is never going to come. You need to work consistently on a skill that will put you in place where men will desire to pay you, right?
Yes.
So you have a skill, right? Aside what you're doing daily for to earn a salary. So what skill do you have? Like, and I've just given you an example of how to discover those skills. Your ideas, right? They are, if you look at it very well, you can talk, polish it. You know how to write. They pay people to write now, right? You know how to help people just sit down and ensure everything is organized. They pay people now. I
Yes.
heard there is a place, there's a group that started something called the Analog Club. People are now looking to detox themselves from technology. So they go
From
into a place,
technology.
no phones, nothing, just drinks, games. They just meet and all that. They pay to join that club.
Yes.
So every stupid idea in your head, someone
Has
has
money to
been
come from.
itching for it somewhere else. You just need to put it together and put it out.
Hmm. That's fun. Fantastic. Because uh, I think somebody is here that I think we had same issue one time, and we had an idea to start football podcast, and for a long time, for a long time, at the end of the day, in fact, most of the current big guys in football content creation, where we had the idea, they self have not started. and we could discuss football better than them. But let's get big gadget. Let's get big gadget. That is how the idea disappeared. We don't even want it to do it again. We changed to other things. But I think to do it is to do it now. There's no tomorrow is late to do it now. And we have provided many ways to get this extra source of income. Now, sef, it's even easy. You must not go and learn tailoring. You must not carry your phone. That thing you want to do, you can do it now. Then, one question I want to ask, I think is not is under this extra is investment.
Okay.
And I know you've highlighted some investment. I think yesterday or day before yesterday, I was discussing with somebody. I told the person to join. I think probably the person is at work or so. I was discussing with the person, and the person said I should please ask this question: that what investment scheme? It might feel like a promotion or anything, but I think it will help some of us. What investment scheme can we start now that at least we can be adding to it monthly, that at least over some period of time can give us return? Now we are not talking about retirement is different. This is not like all those pension and all. This one is something like okay, we can say okay, if we put 100K now, after 1 year, we are sure that it can be giving us every month 20K, every month 30K. Like, is there any one like that?
Wait first. There's no investment that you put 100K and get 30%, right?
No, 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 no. I'm
I
just
just
it's
wanted to
just
correct that.
uh,
That's why.
okay.
So then two is, yeah, in the early days of Tinubu when he became president, the interest rates went as high as 25%. A lot of people slept on that, right? It's dropped to
Wow.
about 16, 17% now. So, and some mutual funds still pay about 19% at the moment. But what pushes interest rates most times is inflation. If you see inflation drive up anywhere in the world, the money market always goes higher than that.
Go up.
So, if you're looking for investment schemes to put your money in, like I've mentioned this here while on the stock, it's also the mutual fund, right?
Okay.
Mutual fund is a risk averse for those that are very less, they don't like much risk, right? It's it has low risk. It's not like it doesn't have risk. It has low risk, right? And it has moderate returns, right? More like minimal guaranteed returns. Then, if you like to take risk, mm,
Mm,
they call it high risk, high returns. Just go into the capital market.
okay.
So
This one
that
like the stocks.
those are the stocks. That's a different class on its own. I've just touched it on the surface, right? Because
Okay.
you see a lot of people come. I've seen a lot of people come online and say, "Oh, if you bought this in January, they don't buy stocks that way. You get your fingers
Okay.
burnt, right?" Of course, I know that's for content. People just need people to follow them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. To follow them.
For buying stock, it has to be intentional, right? Because stocks are long term investments,
Stock.
very long term. They are not stocks you buy today and they expect to give you returns tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
right?
Okay.
And I'll give you examples. The richest men in the world, right, are all heavily
On
invested in the
stock.
stock market because
Yes.
that's what they use to actually, that's the easiest way folks will know whether you are rich or not.
Yeah. Okay.
So Elon Musk heavily
Yes.
invested on
Yes.
the stock market.
Warren
Dangote,
Buffett.
Warren Buffett, of course, Warren Buffett, that's the only thing he does. What's the name? The guy that owns
uh,
Meta, Mark Zuckerberg,
Mark Zuckerberg.
Amazon. So
Amazon.
they are all heavily invested
On
in the capital market.
stock.
So you can't actually, because what they do is uh, the value of my stock, right? is
Yes.
$350 million. I need 100. Do you know Elon Musk did not use his money to buy Twitter?
Yes, yes. He bought it on stock.
Yeah, he bought it with a loan from the bank and he staked to stocks.
Yes.
And he paid it back when he bought the place because the valuation, he pushed it up, revalued it,
Yes.
and paid it up. So
Got his money back.
it's the simplest thing to do, right? That's why I keep telling people, why would I go and put my money in crypto? When this one, I can always reduce the fire and
Exactly. At
represent
any
it to the
time.
whole world and say, oh yeah, come and buy public offer. It's
Yes, yes,
available.
yes.
So
Yes, that's true.
FCMB brought out their shares recently at 10 naira. And I kept telling everybody that I know buy this stock. And they said why? And I gave them the reasons. If you look at their
Okay.
financials, it's simple. Well, like I said, this is a surface conversation. If you want to go into the capital market, is far deeper and much more demanding. You need to understand how to interpret financial markets and
Yes.
financial statement, company financial historical record, price per earning ratio, dividend earning ratio, and all that. Of course, we can have another class for that. But
Yes, yes.
yeah,
We'll
capital
definitely
market
do. We'll
is
definitely do.
guaranteed for long term. But for today, mutual fund. And for your friend, right, the government has what they call the government savings bond. It returns
Okay.
about 15, 16, 17% every month. No,
Government
every year.
saving bond.
Every year, yeah. Every year. So I think the 15% is for 2 years, the 16 or 17% is for 3 years. But they release it every month. It
Okay.
always comes out between the first and the seventh of every month. And the minimum purchase, I think, is 5,000 naira or so.
Wow, 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 wow.
So there's a guy I know who used to be a client. The guy, when it was still at 19%, it was at 19.99%. That was early days of Tinubu. So that's
Yes,
20%, right? So
yes.
he put in the January one, he put 50 million.
Wow.
February, 50 million. March, 50 million. Do you know what that means?
Hmm. God, that's 20% per each.
So
That's
every month
150.
the guy gets money. Every quarter. So he will get money April, May, June, July, August, September.
Second.
So you'll be getting money that way.
Okay,
So
let me understand this. Okay, so let's say the person has 100K now,
mhm,
because I know this will interest some people. We have 100K and we put it on it. Let's just
mhm,
use this same 20%.
mhm.
So, and we buy January.
Yeah.
Are we going to be getting 15% per month or just once?
No,
Like that's
no,
okay.
no, no. There's no investment that pays per month. They always pay per annum.
Okay, per annum.
Most investment is per annum. If you see per month, it's always very far, far reduced.
Okay,
So it will be about 1-2% per month or something. But
okay.
yes, per annum. But what they now do is they prorate it over the years.
Yeah,
Over the years. So that's 20% divided by 12. Then you get your,
okay.
because you can tell them you want it monthly. So they prorate it and pay you
Or
monthly.
or or or, or
If it's
three or per quarter.
quarter, yeah, if you say you want it quarterly as well.
Okay.
Then another one is
Now,
also treasury bills. Treasury bills is 1 year. They are also about 15% thereabout, or so 14 of I can't remember. But those ones pay you your interest in advance. So if you're investing 100K today at 20%, they only take
you get
80,000 from you.
80. Wow.
So when it matures in 1 year, they will give you back 100,000.
Wow.
So
I think most people like this other one, whereby at least after 3 months, after 2 months, so that if the person say, okay, I want to put 1 million, or
mhm,
maybe I want to be topping it up, it's because I cannot pay the 1 million once, but I can be
mhm,
adding the 1 million every month. You
mhm.
understand? So January I put 100, February I add it up, and okay, so by March now, you people can now give me part of the 15%, just like this your other person.
So
Then
so
keep topping it up like that.
So Armstrong, what they are looking for is they want to stop working and be earning money monthly is a good one. So, but what they will need to do, like I said, is grow it in mutual funds. That's the easiest way. Grow a substantial amount in mutual fund over time,
Okay.
then take a portion out of it and put it in government bonds. Government bonds are the safest kind of investment anywhere in the world. The government
All
doesn't risk.
right. All
Government
right.
bond, treasury bills, those two guaranteed returns. The government does, except the government fails. Yeah. And what I mean
And
by
government do
failure
not feel
is not because the government changed. Even if they move from military to civilian or civilian,
it still
it's
remain the
still the
same
government's edict. They must pay it.
property.
You get. So that's why it's guaranteed. But the other one, because whoever is managing the fund administrator invest in diverse stuff. They may go into property, farming, anything. So the opportunity for it to grow faster than this one that is fixed is more. That's why split it, right? If you have for instance, you said 1 million. I'm always saying save more at a compounded interest, sorry, at a high yield savings rate into a pot. Then you can now start dividing into other places. So, for instance, you have a piggy vest at 12%. If you can get any other investment savings that is going to give you higher than 12%, go and put it there.
Put it
The
aside.
aim is to keep looking at a recognized, regulated financial institution that will
Institution.
give you a higher returns. So don't be loyal to a place that this place, this is where my friend is. My father doesn't have shares there. Even if he has, he's not giving me out of the dividend. Right. So if a bank comes tomorrow and says, you're getting 12% there, don't worry, I'm going to give you 14%. I'm taking my money there.
Ah, exactly.
As long as it is regulated and it has NDIC in front of it, they'll give my money.
Okay, yes. NDIC.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you save it for a while, then you can break it, put some in government savings, put it in three tranches, one for January, one for February, one for March, and put it there that I want to earn per quarter on each one. So the one that you put in January will pay you in April.
Yes, yes.
The one you put in February will pay you in May. The one you put in March will pay you in June.
Okay.
So we'll continue like that. Every month you just continue collecting salary.
Wow, wow. That's good. That's good. I think you have dealt thoroughly on everything that we need to discuss about, because finance is literally important. And your opening statement here is, I think, is part of some of my content that I started with, because everybody think, oh, the father's job, a man's job is just to keep providing. They do not know that it is more than that. He's a strategic planner. He's the one that save and invest, risk protection and everything, and he's the one that plan and make sure that his children, his family understands financial literacy. If not, this is how poverty transfers from one generation to another,
Yep.
and they think they are caused or something. No, they always see the father, as he collects, he swallow. He collects, he swallow. There's no investment. The children do not have any. They have this. We came empty, we go empty. So before you know,
Mhm.
it moves until one of them will get angry and say, me, I'm tired of this kind of life. Oh, I need to be different. So,
Yep.
sir, I think you did great justice to this, and we really really thank you. I think we have really really shoot very well. I didn't want us to go above 8 so that you can you can rest. Me, I like keeping to time very well. So,
Yeah,
but
right.
really really appreciate you personally. I thank you for this, and we will come again. We will come again, especially for this investment. The investment will come again, so that we will do a thorough teaching, so that we know which stocks to buy. You
All
understand?
right.
Not those shallow ones that they are using catchphrase to invite people to their channel. No, because so that people will not go and bet, because this is not betting scheme. Somebody will not go and invest money, and at the end of the day, you start shouting. So, but
Yeah.
really appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
No problem. It's a pleasure being here. And thanks to everyone that joined us today.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. See you on the next one. God bless.
Good
Thank you,
night.
sir. Good night, sir. So, thank you.